Hello YouTube, it's your girl Tisha Boo back for another hair video. So here's the deal. About 4 years ago in 2015, I grew tired of the whole relaxer, needing a touch-up every 6 weeks. And also, you know, this whole natural hair movement was taking off, and I was curious as to what my natural hair texture was, because I had actually never seen my natural hair texture. Ever since I was a kid, my mom was pressing my hair, keeping it straight. And then when I was, I believe, a preteen, I got my first relaxer, and it's just been relaxer ever since. So I never knew what my hair texture looked like. So in 2015, I decided to just do a big chop. I let it grow out for about 4 months, 3 months maybe, about 3 or 4 months. And then I chopped off all of the relaxed dead hair and just went with my natural hair. So it was super, super short. And I let it grow out. So for about probably a year and a half, I did, 100% natural. And then it started getting longer and more difficult to maintain, and it took more time to style. So I started looking at shortcuts. And if you look at my channel, I've got videos on texturizers and at-home DIY keratin treatments. So I did all that. And the first 2 texturizers were great. Those were the 2 I recorded. But after that, I just continued to do texturizers about every 4 months or so. My goal was 6 months, but my hair it kind of did the same thing it did with the relaxer. After about 3 to 4 months, it began to be a little difficult to manage. And then it got to the point where I couldn't do the wash and goes anymore, because I had all these different textures. Some of it was wavy, some of it was curly. I'm kind of back to 2015 again. And not because of the natural hair revolution or anything like that. I miss my curls. Every time I see someone with natural hair, or I see a head full of curly hair, my stomach literally aches because I want my natural hair back. So what I'm gonna do is kind of do a semi-big chop. I'm gonna kind of transition, but I'm also gonna do that while maintaining sort of a hairstyle, so it's not so boring. So what I'm going for is kind of a tapered, look with the fullness in the front. And I'll just maintain that by, doing twist outs and, flat irons. And I'll probably do some crochet braids in between or something like that, just to, so it doesn't annoy me too bad that I have 2 different hair textures. So this is the second time around, hopefully the last time. I think having done it and reverted back and learned my lesson, I'm pretty sure I won't do it again. So this video is going to be about me cutting my hair, doing a DIY tapered cut. I practiced on a doll. I ordered just a couple of those cosmetology head dolls from Amazon, and I did a fabulous job on the doll. So I thought, okay, I can, I have control over all the angles with the doll, but what about my own head? So I was kind of scared that I wouldn't be able to do my hair the same way. So I ordered a wig, cheap little $14 ratty wig that I could just massacre. But, I actually did a pretty decent job. So obviously the wig looks crazy because it's just way too full. But I'm gonna go for something like that, but a little bit smaller scale on my own head. I'm about to say goodbye to this. As you can see, it's quite thin. It reminds me of when I had a relaxer and my hair would get really long. And this is the length of it after I cut about 4 inches off of it, because the ends were just thinner and thinner. But it would get to a certain length and it would thin out, and I'd have to cut it back up to maintain like a healthy look. But it's just doing that again, and I'm just sick of it. I'm ready for something new, something different. So this is gonna be my DIY attempt. Hopefully it doesn't turn out disastrous. So I'm gonna start by sectioning off the section that I'm gonna leave full. So with the comb, I part around the crown of my head and rubber band off the top part. Next, I cut and taper the sides, starting at the front and working my way around to the back of my head. Here I use a mirror to check the sides and back and just trim off uneven ends to get a more uniform look. Here I continue to use the mirror. Actually, I'm using 3 mirrors at this point to continue tapering and cleaning up the edges around the back and sides. So now I begin to work on the top section of the hair. Here I cut it so that it's a little longer, but it still blends with the tapered section underneath. Just like the left side, I cut and extend the taper on the right. The final section of the hair is cut, not to blend with the tapered hair underneath. I'm doing it this way to get the fullness I want on top. Here I comb it down and do final trimming for evenness. After I wash and condition, I start with the Argan oil spray, then I follow up with the Argan oil leave-in conditioner spray, and then I top those off with the creamy Cantu leave-in conditioner. For the twist out, I use a Taliah Waajid Curly Curl Cream and Equal Styler Gel. I'm twisting the hair toward the front in the longer top section so that when the twists are taken out, the hair will flow toward the front toward my face. I roll the ends to get both the spirally and curly look on the ends and to get fullness in the top of the hair. I then twist the hair on the sides and around the back downwards so that the hair will flow in that direction when it is unraveled. At the crown of my head, I twist the hair towards the left side because that's the direction I want it to flow. And I also roll the ends on that hair as well because I wanted to add to the volume on top. The next morning, my hair is completely dry, so I begin to unravel the twists. Once I finish unraveling all the twists, I take each piece and separate them a little bit more to get more volume and fullness. This is the final result. Did I do a good job? Drop me a line and let me know. Like and subscribe. God bless.